In this video, I'm going to show you the new workshop booking diary within Evolution DX. So as you can see on screen, this is the screen it'll be presented with when you first open up the diary. You have your options available to you at the top, such as new booking, filtering options, printing bookings, job sheets. We'll go over all that in a minute. But down below you see you've got each date, and then you've got it showing how many available hours, bookings, loan cars, MOTs and so on that you've got available to you. So for example, if we look at today on the 23rd of June, you can see that we have 34 hours available for our workshop for that entire day. We've only got 20.3 hours left available, and that's because of all these bookings that you can see down here at the bottom, which we'll go over later on. But you can see that they've taken out just under 14 hours of the diary. We've then got 6 bookings on the day, so you can see that down below that there are 6 bookings. We've got 1 available loan car. I've not booked any loan cars out to these bookings, as you can see in the loan car column there. We've booked 3 MOTs from them 6 bookings, meaning that we've got 6 available MOTs left. You can see that just because on the day below, we've got 9 available MOTs, so obviously 3 take away the 9, you've then got 6 left. It will then show you how many of the jobs that you've got for that day are requiring collection, how many lifts are required, and how many jobs are waiting, and it will just give you a count. And then it will also give you a count on how many services you've got booked and how many diagnostics you've got booked. What we then see in the column after that is we see like a booked percentage, and you can see like a percentage booked for the day. If you double click on that bar, it will give you a breakdown of how the time is booked for that day. So you can see that we're 40% booked. You can see that 10.2 hours have been booked for retail. 2 hours are internal. I've not done any insurance or body shop, and I've got 1.5 hours of warranty labour. Now, the columns that I've got over here on the right-hand side are customizable columns that can be used in the new diary or can be completely disregarded. If they're disregarded, all that will mean is that these columns don't appear and your booked percentage will be your far right column. What these are is these are work types. Now, when you set technicians up, if you say a technician is to work 8 hours in a day, you can set that technician up to have certain work types. Now, the work types that I've got set up, so I've got CS, VS, CD and VD. So they stand for car service, car diagnostic, and van diagnostic. And against each technician, you can allocate a percentage of their hours to say, right, so 80% of their time in the day will be spent on car service, 20% of their time will be spent on car diagnostic. And it's just another way, along with the overall book percentage, to just avoid yourself overbooking certain scenarios. So here I only have 4.245 hours a day available to me for van servicing and for van diagnostics. So just make sure that I don't overbook on that. You can see out the bookings that I've done today, I've only selected car service and car diag. As you can see there, the hours that are down from what they regularly are. So I usually have 21.25 hours to do car services. I only have 9.05 hours left. We'll touch on how you actually allocate time to each one of them as we do a booking, but just so you're aware that they're there. They don't have to be used if you don't want to, but it is a good feature to sort of make sure you don't overbook. Now, looking at the days that we've got available to us, we've got some filters at the top of the new diary. There you can filter by workshop. So I only have 1 workshop available in my system. If you had multiple, so say you had a workshop and a body shop, it gives you the ability to look at it as a overall, so by hitting all, or by filtering by workshop or by body shop. You've then got a date range filter. So you can see that the date range is automatically set to the 23rd, which is the day that we're on, and then it's going to the 22nd of the next month, so pretty much a whole month in advance, so 30 days forward we go. So you can see that the first day that I can view on this diary is the 23rd, and I can't go up. If I scroll down, you can see that the last day that I can see, 22nd, and I can't go past that. So I can see 30 days at a time. If you wanted to change that, you literally just change your from and to, and it will let you maybe see 40 days at a time. So if I go from the 22nd down to the 29th here, and then hit filter, you'll see that now says previous 37 days and next 37 days. And if I scroll down now, I can see down to the 29th. The more common way of filtering your way through this, though, I believe, will be the previous 30 days and the next 30 days. So if you need to look forward, you can hit 30 days forward. If you need to hit back, you can hit 30 days back. If you ever go way off in advance and you just need to come back to today, simply just hit today's button and it'll just bring you back to today in the diary. What you've also got the ability to do in the new diary is just search. So you can search for a registration or a customer name. And so if I put in, what car I got booked in, so RF12 PFD, and I hit filter, you can see it will show me all of the times that car's been booked into the diary. And if I want to go to a specific booking, so I'm going to go to the one for today, double click, it will take you onto that day's diary, so it will highlight that day, and it will then highlight the booking down below there, and we can double click if we want to go and view anything on that booking. Okay, go over all the booking screen that in a minute. That's your search filter there. You've also got the operative schedule. When I click this, it should seem very similar to what you're used to seeing in the old diary. It works exactly the same. You can just say book us holiday, you can book someone ill. Works exactly the same as in the old diary. You've got the ability to send a day's SMS. Now, the send day's SMS will basically, you click a day, so let's say tomorrow, you can say send day's SMS and it can send everyone a reminder letting them know that they're booked in tomorrow. Again, same as the old diary. What you will see though in the new diary in a minute, when we actually create a booking now, you do have the option to send a booking confirmation at the point of creating the booking. So we'll come on to that in a minute. You've then got print key tags, print bookings, and print days job sheets. Again, exactly the same functions that you had available to you in the old diary. Now, if we go in and create a new booking and just show you how that works. So to create a new booking, just select the day that you wish to book them in for and go new booking. And then simply just type the registration of the vehicle you want to book in. Let me just quickly grab the reg that I was looking to do. EN64WGU. Tab. And so it pulls through all the customer details. If that car wasn't one that the system recognised, it's exactly the same as you do in your current diary. You would just have to click into vehicle records and set up the new vehicle record and customer. And then when you come back to the diary, all the information will pull through. So from this screen here, a couple of things you've got available to do is you can look up the MOT due date, make sure that's correct. You can also update anything you need to on the customer record at this point by just hitting this pencil and paper icon here and updating anything like so. So you can update, say, GDPR preferences if need be, or you can say update mobile number or something like that. So, okay. We can then move our way into our next tab, which is our booking details. So within here, you will see that the due date and the collection date, again, like in the old diary, will always default to the day you've booked them in for. You can then enter a due time. You can enter a collection time if needs be. You've got a duration field. Again, you should be used to seeing all these in the old diary. Payment, source of inquiry, customer advisor, supervisor, and loan car. You then want to put what the customer is actually booking in for. So if we do an MOT and a service here, so keep it quite simple, we keep our job type as retail. We'll book an MOT for the 11:30 slot. Go book. Can create the label line for us. Yep, so it saves us a job. And it puts MOT in our notes for us. We then want to put MOT and service. And we also just want to make note to say that a service has been booked, because what that'll do is that'll make sure that we keep up with our count over here on our services. We can then go into our work and parts and we can book the labour as needs be. Now, what you'll see as I've come in to book my labour is that we've already got some labour that's automatically added to this job. Again, these are new features available to you in Evolution DX. One of them is that we can now automatically add a VHC line to every job card. So save you from having to do the same thing on every job card you create. As we've got here, we've got a carry out EVHC line automatically booked onto the job card for you. The MOT is already on there because I did it from the MOT diary here. So we can now book our service. So we can go add, carry out service, technician, units, and you'll see that there's a new field here, which is called work type. Now, when I drop that down, you'll see CS, VS, CD, VD, which are the work types that I'd set up. So car service, car diag, and van diag. Whichever one of them you select is where the hours are going to come out of in the diary. So if I just quickly cancel off that and just drag this here, so you can see there that I've got 9.5 hours of car service. If we add this on, carry out service, 1.5, car service, and go OK. We're also just going to say that our MOT falls under the car service bracket. Now, when we save and close and raise a job sheet for this, we're going to see that 9.05 change to, take 2.5 off that. I'm going to work that out. What we can do now, so we can raise our job card. When we save and close, if we haven't raised a job card, you will get the usual prompt saying, would you like to raise a job sheet? You'll notice that there's also a button here where it gives you the option to send confirmations to the customer. So you can say, right now, as you book this in, I could send the customer saying, you've booked in on the 23rd at this time for a VHC MOT and service, and just send some sort of a text or an email, whichever you decide. What you could also do, though, is as I save and close out, you'll notice that you get these prompts anyway. So do you want to send a booking confirmation? I'm going to hit no. Yes, we'll just obviously send it through. And then it'll also ask, do you want to raise a job sheet for the booking? And say yes. And as we close out then, you can then see that my car service hours have adjusted. And you can see that all of this along here now. So I've got less available hours, one more booking, one more MOT. I've got one more service here, and if I go here, we'll be over 40% booked now. We're 47% booked with more hours on retail. Real quickly, if I just jump back onto that the booking, so down here, if I just double click, it'll open the booking up. We just didn't touch on some of the buttons at the top. Transfer date does what it says. Click that and transfer it to a new date. Cancel booking, again, so it does what it says, cancels the booking. The bit that I just wanted to touch on is you might have seen this offers bit over here in the top right. If you go into offers, you can basically set certain specialist jobs up that you might use as offers. So when you go to add your work and parts, instead of having to go specialist job, find it and add it, there's something that you're regularly adding to jobs. You could just go in and go offers, select what it is, and you see it adds everything on there for me. I'm going to actually delete that off because I don't want it, but you see how that works. So it's a quicker way of adding your specialist jobs on. Okay, so coming out of that, just some other bits. You'll notice that obviously some of these bookings are color coded. The color code is just down here, so it's whether they're waiting, lift required, or whether they're being collected. There's also some tick boxes down here that indicate that as well. If anyone's got any sort of color blindness or anything, they might struggle to differentiate between the purple, the pink, and then the green. Also, what we haven't touched on, so we've done new booking, done the workshop filters, we've done these date filters, the search. What we haven't looked at is we haven't looked at these views. Now, the first one that we'll look at is the operative view. So if I click in here, what you'll see is you can select a workshop and a date, and you'll see all of your jobs. Okay, now currently these are all the jobs that we've got in work in progress that are unassigned. If I just scroll right down, you'll see that there is job 92. That's the one that we've just raised. What I could do is I can actually drag that over and give that to any of these technicians. So if we say give that to Ash and close out, and then if we go onto that booking, you notice that Ash is now in as the supervisor and be able to then clock on to all the work. Okay. And so it's just in operative view, and you can just drag and drop like so. So that's a really old one. One sec. Let me just do a new one. So like this one here, drag and drop like so. Close out of that. The next one down is the job progress. So obviously every job has a job status. If we go into job progress, within here, what you'll see is, so all these jobs here are booked in. Obviously, once the technicians clock to them jobs, they'll also actually change to in progress and complete. And so, but you can manually change job statuses just using this screen here. So if I was to go down and set Julie's one and say that we were recovering the vehicle in, let's say, I could drag that and put it to being recovered, and it changes job status for you. And that's the same for all of these. So you can literally just drag and drop like so. If I close out that, you can now see that down here, the job statuses of them two jobs have changed. So that's the new diary. It's available for any of the Evolution DX users who don't currently use it. Obviously, you see it comes with a lot of new functions that you don't currently have, such as the auto adding of the VHCs, the booking confirmations, the work types, which are optional. If it's something that you do want to look to get, you just got to basically contact our support team and we can turn that on and you can start using it. Cheers for listening. Bye.